Welcome back to Simply Living It. In today's video, I want to talk with you about morning basket. I want to share with you how we have changed and kind of morphed this whole morning basket idea to fit into our homeschool. So I hope this is a video that you enjoy. I hope you find it helpful. So a few of the details before we get into it. This is part of an open collaboration and is hosted by Abby over at Rooted in Rest and also Jessica from the Waldock Way. So both channels will be linked in the description box down below. And let's get into what morning basket looks like in our home. The morning basket is a term that is spoken so frequently among the homeschool community, homeschool mom groups, different things like that. In our home, morning basket is just another fancy term for our morning subjects. They're simply the books that we're reading together, whatever it is we're doing to kick off the beginning of our homeschool day. I've also kind of woven in some of our group subjects in this. So typically in our home, we do morning basket at the breakfast table. It's just kind of the season that we're in right now. Last year we did it here in the living room, but this year so far it's worked great to do it at the breakfast table. My boys will be eating, I'll be reading to them. So we began with I Am. It is the 40 Reasons to Trust God. It's just it's Bible stories, devotions, and prayers about the names of God. For this season that we are in right now, I have really enjoyed reading from this first thing in the morning when we get our homeschool day started. Then this book is one that I actually purchased clear back when I believe my oldest, Aiden, was just little. And I was cleaning out my homeschool closet, you all have probably seen, and I came across this. So I just picked right back up where we left off. This is called Thoughts to Make Your Heart Sing. In our home, that typically takes us 5 minutes or so to go through devotions. That's what gets our day started. Now I'm going to share with you the other items that are in my morning basket, but I want you to know straight up, we do not do all of these every day. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed for a single moment. Even the whole idea of morning basket, like I said, for us, it's just a fancy term for what we do together. It's what we do first thing in the morning to start our school day. So don't be thinking you need to go get a fancy basket. Don't be thinking you need all of these crazy things. These are things that we would be doing anyway, and they're just lumped into a morning basket, our morning time, what we sit at the table and do together to get our homeschool day started. So don't sweat it when you see this stuff. We don't do all of it every single day. So please, if you get anything from this, know that. Don't add anything you don't need to add in. Keep it simple and know that these items I'm showing you do not all get done every single day. I pick and choose for whatever we might be doing for that particular day. So with that in mind, we have been reading through Charlotte's Web. This is a book that's in my morning basket, but I'm going to be straight up honest. This does not get read in the morning. This book right here is one that I read after we're done with school. This is one that we typically come in after we've been playing outside, school's done, lunch is done, whatever, and we just need some time to breathe. This is taking my boys some time to get used to because this is technically really the very first family read aloud that we're doing that isn't necessarily something that is part of our homeschool curriculum. Like this has been the first book, truly, that we've just picked up that's a chapter book and sat and read together as a family. So this is a whole new adventure for us, and Charlotte's Web has been great. I'm going to share with you all in a future video everything that we are planning on reading through our 2020-2021 homeschool year. I'm going to share with you what I have planned for family read aloud. So stay tuned for that one. Be sure and hit that subscribe button. So the next book in our morning basket, this is one that if we are doing our gather round unit study, the U.S. government, this is one that we read before we begin U.S. government. This book, we went through What is the White House? So we read that one already, and now we are halfway through What is the Constitution? And with these, they can get pretty wordy. So if I'm doing it during our morning basket time, I will kind of just skim through and pick the important parts and give them the good nuggets that I want them to hold on to. I feel like sometimes I'm giving them a bunch of information and reading all kinds of things that they are like, that's way over my head. And honestly, government is pretty dry for my boys. They're not really loving government, especially my second grader. It's a lot of information that's way over his head. But this book is something that we are reading alongside our U.S. government unit study from Gather Round, just to kind of help bring some things to life and make sure that those nuggets are in there somewhere. The next book in our morning basket that we will go through if we're doing Gather Round that particular day. I don't do all subjects every day. If we're doing Gather Round, I will go through this book with my boys, and I'm actually trying to have them memorize the president. So I remember this from high school. I had to memorize all the presidents of the United States, and part of that song is still ingrained in my mind. So like I said, this isn't something that gets opened every day. It doesn't necessarily get looked at every day, but it goes perfectly with our U.S. government mini unit from the Gather Around Homeschool. I've got one more resource here for you, and then I'm going to share with you the 2 pieces of curriculum that are also kind of looped into our morning basket as well. This book right here is from MOOR. It's U.S. Facts and Fun. This was purchased on Amazon. I purchased this just in addition to our whole theme of U.S. government, United States, geography, all of those things, North America. So I wanted to do this U.S. Facts and Fun book with my boys because there are some random fun facts in here. So while I'm reading aloud to my boys in the morning, this book comes in handy to let them just sit and color. So again, this is just a simple book. It's not part of our curriculum. We don't do it every day. It just adds a different element to our morning. If I want to rip out a worksheet, have them all color something while I read out loud, you know, you make it fit your home, and that's how it fits our home. So these things I'm sharing with you right now that are part of our morning basket or morning time, like I said before, no fancy name. It's just what we do first thing in the morning to get our homeschool day started. The next thing is not grass history. So as you know, if you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know that I do add in history. I do this history read aloud style. It's something that we all read together. All my kids are included. This is something that is in our morning basket for our group subjects, if you will, for the things that we do together. I don't want to separate all of these things. I want to do them together. So this is one of them. What better time to review multiplication than when you're all sitting at the table together, right? Every single one of my boys, my older boys have got this down, but you guys, it's something I don't want them to forget. So we've been going through musical multiplication. We've been working through set A. We've done times tables in the past, but this has just been a fun change. If you know me, you know I like change. So the good and the beautiful, musical multiplication is part of our morning basket. Try to do this every day, but it does not happen. The last thing I want to share with you that's part of our morning basket, Fix-It grammar. So this is obviously not a read aloud. This is grammar, but this is something that I do during our morning basket time. This is something that my 2 older boys are doing together. My youngest will sit there most of the time and listen to everything that we're talking about. This literally takes me maybe 5 minutes to do with my boys. I wanted to sharpen my boys' grammar skills this year, so this is something that I added in addition to the Gather Around Homeschool curriculum. It's been going great. We love it. We've been using it for about 3 weeks now. So here in the future, I will give you guys a video just kind of fine-tuning what we're using, what is working, what we got rid of, all of that stuff. So hit that subscribe button and stick around for that. You don't want to miss it. Our morning basket is so simple. I know it looks like a lot of stuff. It might be overwhelming, and especially for those of you that don't do morning basket, keep in mind, this is just a fancy way of saying these are things that we do together. They don't all get done every single day. We do have a system or a flow for kind of looping our subjects together so that we're not doing everything every day, because I think that would be super overwhelming. So these are the items that are in our morning basket. Remember, we don't do it all every day. Do not be overwhelmed by this. This is just to simply share encouragement for you as a homeschool mom of what morning basket looks like in our home. It's going to look different for every single family. It's going to look different depending on the ages of your children. So again, I have a 7th grader, a 5th grader, and a 2nd grader. So our morning basket reflects that. These are subjects that we do together. These are things that we're working on reading through together, things that we're working on memorizing. So I do plan on sharing more than just this initial morning basket video with you, because it's gonna change. It's gonna change. It's inevitable with the seasons that we're in and the journey that we're on. It's going to change. Our morning basket items will change regularly. So I just wanna remind you, if you are new here to Simply Living It, I love to share encouragement, motherhood, homeschool, lifestyle, faith, all of the things. I love to share it all here at Simply Living It. So if that interests you, click that red subscribe button. Don't forget to follow us along over on Instagram. We are at Simply Living It. Check us out over there. I want to see what goes on behind the scenes here at Simply Living It. I will see you in our next video.